Oh, goodness.
Okay, if I can have your attention, please. Before we get started, we lost a dear friend and colleague this morning, Marcy Scott, who was a longtime PR director at Atlanta Motor Speedway, after a very courageous battle with cancer. And I know that many of you in here know knew Marcy, worked with Marcy, and let's just keep her in our thoughts and prayers, her family, in these very, very trying times. And I just wanted to say that before we get started here today. Marcy Scott passed away earlier today. Okay, at this time we have a big announcement here in the Samsung Media Center here at Texas Motor Speedway. And we're joined, well, I'm just going to turn it over right now to Joe Garone. He's the general manager of Furniture Row Racing. Joe, you've got a very important announcement I know that you'd like to make, and it's been several months in the coming, but I tell you what, I'm looking over there and see who you're going to announce. You picked a good one. Go ahead, Joe.
Well, thank you. And yeah, let's not waste any time. This has been a long time coming. It's been intense. I'm really happy to be able to do this right now. But we're announcing Martin Truex Jr. coming on board, driving the 78 Furniture Row Chevrolet in 2014 and beyond. Martin, welcome aboard.
Thank you. Appreciate it. We're definitely excited to be here today. I know this has been a big secret and everybody's really shocked. No, in all seriousness, this this is a big deal for me. I'm very, very excited about the opportunity to drive the Furniture Row 78 for Joe and Barney. I've really been impressed with their organization, obviously. I think everybody here has been impressed with what they've accomplished this year, being a single-car team based out of Denver. And, I think that anybody in this garage area will tell you that it's been really amazing to watch them progress. Everybody's been impressed with their competition program, the way their cars have ran this year, the speed that they've had. And so I'm looking forward, obviously, to being a part of that equation. And I think the biggest thing for me as a driver is, a few weeks ago when dominoes started to fall, I wasn't sure where I would end up. And to have an opportunity like this late in the season, I just feel really blessed. I feel really lucky, and definitely excited and looking forward to the future with this team.
Very good. We'll take some questions now for either Joe or Martin. We'll start here with Lee, Ed, Claire. You need the wireless mics. We got wireless mics right here. Lee's the first one. Raise your hand, Lee. Lee, Ed,
Spencer.
Claire. Go ahead.
Lee Spencer, Fox Sports. What was the deciding factor for you, and at what point did you just kind of realize that you needed to do something else?
Well, that's a tough question to answer. There's a lot of different things I had to think about. Just the opportunity to do something to try to be better, I think, was this deciding factor. The opportunity to go to a winning race car, start fresh, and hopefully, do the things I want to do. I got excited about the opportunity. This is only the second time I've changed teams, and it's very difficult. I've had a great 4 years at Michael Waltrip Racing. I really enjoyed my time there. I wouldn't change anything that ever happened there. I mean, it was great. Just after all the stuff went down, I just felt like it was time for change, and I think this will be a good one.
Let's go to Ed Hinton, Claire B. Lang, Mark Garrow. Ed, raise your hand. We'll get him a wireless mic.
Ed Hinton, ESPN.com. For both of you, stories have been flying about that the holdup on this deal was that, Martin, that you might want the flexibility of a one-year deal and Furniture Row might want the security of a multi-year deal. Can either of you address that and how it works?
Yeah, I can tell you it's not true. Did you read that on the internet?
Where do you read anything anymore?
It's a multi-year deal.
Okay.
Yeah, that was not the holdup.
Okay.
So just, it was just typical stuff, got to get through it all, make sure everybody's going to be happy, and you know, you don't want to go down the road and say, well, I wish this was this way, or I wish that was that way. We want to make sure both parties involved are excited, looking forward to it, put all the other stuff aside and go race cars. And that's what it just takes a few weeks to get that done. And, you know, we were able to get that done. So we're looking forward to the next couple of years together for sure.
Let's go with Claire B. Lang, Mark Garrow, Holly Kane.
Claire B. Lang, Sirius XM NASCAR Radio. What can Martin do for your team? And Martin, when you look at this team, what do you think that, you know, what kind of due diligence did you do looking into what they have and what they can provide you, given that there are limited, you know, options in the garage
Sure.
right now for major teams adding on drivers? What did you see in this team? And Joe, you know, what can he do for you guys?
Well, I'll start first.
Yeah, go ahead.
Martin can win races, certainly. So he's a chase level driver. He's going to fit into the program. It's not just Martin; it's Martin and the family, the Truex family. It's just it's a fit. It really is, and we're excited about all of the opportunities that come along with Martin being on board, from how he represents our sponsors to what he can get done behind the wheel. And we're going to have some work ahead of us, and we're going to work really hard. Todd and the guys, I mean, they're excited about getting moving forward and getting him the cars he needs to be able to win. So that's what we're looking forward to.
Yeah, for me, I mean, you know, obviously the race cars they've had this year, the speed they've had, the things they've been able to do are the things that you look at first and foremost. Outside of that, I've been really impressed with Barney. Talking with him, the things he's been able to do, the commitment to the program that he has made over the years and continues to make for the future. So I think those are the two big things. You know, I can tell you from being at MWR, the turnaround that was made there a couple years ago, it all starts at the top. And Barney Visser is the kind of guy who can make things happen. Obviously, he's already made things happen. I've been impressed, you know, in talking to him, the way he handles himself, the businesses he has. And obviously the race team at the end of the day is the big thing for me, and he's been able to build a great one. And hopefully we can continue to make that better, make that stronger. And, you know, it's going to be a different challenge for me, and I'm excited and looking forward to, you know, doing the best job I can with it.
Let's go to Mark Garrow, Holly Kane, Lewis Frank.
Mark Garrow, PRN. Martin, can you talk about the unusual situation this has been for you? 1st of September, you have multi-year deal, sponsor, everything's going well. Then that turns upside down, and it's also unusual that a car and a team this good would be available at this time of year. So you can talk about how those two unusual situations sort of played out for you.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it was unfortunate the way everything happened, obviously. You know, we never seen it coming. It's one of those things that definitely unprecedented in the sport. We've never seen before. I hate that I had to be a part of it, obviously. But again, I think that, you know, that ship has sailed. Things happen. Just very, very fortunate, you know, to have the opportunity to drive for a team of this caliber, this late in the season, to be able to have that opportunity. It's something that I really didn't think would exist. So really, I mean, as unlucky as I got at Richmond, or, you know, a month or two ago, I got just as lucky when this deal turned up. So, I mean, what can you say? I guess all things happen for a reason, and hopefully this is, you know, all this happened for a reason, and we'll be able to do some great things together.
Let's go to Holly Kane, Lewis Frank, Wolfgang.
Holly Kane, NASCAR.com. That was along the lines of what my question was. That surely this had to almost seem surreal, going from, you know, Victory Lane at Sonoma to Richmond to now. How has that been for you personally, and how have you kind of gotten through that? I mean, the you know, a little bit deeper even than just looking at it as race team oriented, but for you personally, how was it?
It's been tough. I mean, it's been you know, a roller coaster of emotions, to say the least. I think that at the end of the day, the things that helped me get through it were just, you know, that the people I surround myself with, my family, my girlfriend, you know, even folks at Napa who I talked to, that really helped me through the situation. So it was definitely difficult. It's you know, something I never thought that could ever happen. You know, I guess it was the unimaginable. But really, I tried to stay positive through it all. I knew it would work out. I had hoped, obviously, that would work out, and it has. So I think I dealt with it pretty good as far as not getting down, trying to focus on racing, 4 days a week, and then what I'm going to do next year, the other couple days of the week. So I think, it was tough, but I've got my health. I've got great people around me that keep me grounded and keep me focused. And at the end of the day, I think that I didn't lose too much sleep over it. So all worked out good. And you think about people like Marcy Scott. Losing her this morning. Life's not fair. This is as big of a deal as this is to a lot of us. Sometimes it's not the end of the world, and that's kind of the way I tried to look at it, and that helped me get through.
Go to Lewis, Wolfgang, Bob Pockrass.
Straight back. Martin, you just mentioned you spoke to Napa. Have they left the door open to any future discussions of possibly coming back with you in years to come?
I think that really at this point anything's possible. We've got a lot of great partners that we've worked with over the years, that I've worked with personally, that have shown interest in the program that we're going to put together. I can't really say much right now about it. I'm not sure, but they've been great supporters of mine the last 4 years, and hopefully we'll be able to do something together. But we've got a lot of great partners that are interested in the program, and hopefully moving forward we'll be able to put some things together with them.
We'll go to Wolfgang, Bob Pockrass, Marty Smith. Wolfgang?
Wolfgang Monser from Germany, Rennsport Press Agency. One question to you, Martin. Going from World Trip Racing with 2 or 3 car team to a single car team, what are the advantages and disadvantages?
Well, I've never, I'm not real sure, to be honest. I think I'll find that out as I get into it. I think advantages are the alliance they have with RCR right now obviously makes them strong. One of my best friends, Ryan Newman's over there, so we'll kind of be teammates next year, which is really cool. Looking forward to working with him and hopefully helping each other. I think that the advantages of the single car operation, from what I gather, and talking to Barney and Joe, the way they kind of do things, when they want to build a part and put it on the race car, they do it. There's no 5-6 weeks of it going through a system to get it on the race car. So I think that, from a technology standpoint, I think it's a great thing. There's a lot less channels for things to go through. I think the guys have, the guys in the shop, Todd Barrier has a lot more, kind of leeway to, go build some race cars and do things that, it takes to get ahead of the competition. Certainly look forward to seeing how that all plays out. But from what I understand, that's kind of the way it's been, and they've been, in the forefront of technology this year as a race team. You look at the things they've done. You look at the race cars throughout the weekends. For a lot of the season, everybody was chasing them. So I think, being a single car team, being able to do things like that is something that's going to be exciting and be fun to be a part of, and looking forward to seeing how all that works. We'll just have to see how it goes.
We'll go with Bob Pockrass, Marty Smith, Woody Kane. Bob?
Bob Pockrass, Sporting News. For Martin, did you have any other offers that you seriously considered? Was there anything even close to what Furniture Row had available on Cup side for you?
There was other offers. Yeah. I talked to other teams a little bit, but
But did they have sponsors? Was there something concrete?
No. There was a lot of hypotheticals.
Go with Marty Smith, Woody Kane, Stan Creekmore.
Take me back, Marty Smith, ESPN. Take me back to that moment when you learn Napa's gone. You're going to lose your ride.
I can't say what I said then.
You can. Sirius will beep it, right? Y'all just get ready.
Yeah.
What was that emotion like for you? What's kind of the takeaway emotion here? Certainly a great opportunity for you now, but
Yeah.
we haven't heard you say it. What was that like?
I was terrified. My first thought was, what am I going to do next year? Here it's September. Everybody's got their deals done for next year. I'm like, pretty much just said, oh crap. It was like getting punched in the face. You didn't see it come out of nowhere. I mean, obviously I kind of seen it coming after what all went down, but right away it was like, uh-oh, this is bad. This could be real bad. So, again, I think, that ship has sailed. I really don't even like talking about it anymore. I just really want to focus on looking forward. And, the opportunity to work with the 78 team, I just feel really blessed to be able to have that come along. Again, 9 out of 10 years, if in NASCAR Sprint Cup racing, if somebody would have lost their ride at the time of year I did, there's the chances of getting a ride of this caliber are slim to none at best. So I just feel lucky that I was able to, be able to put this thing together. And it's all you can do is look forward. You can't change. You can't turn back time. You can't go back and fix things you might have done different. You just got to look forward and try to push forward, and that's what we're doing.
3 more questions. Woody, Stan, and we'll end with Lee. Woody?
Woody Kane over to the right, guys. This one's for Joe. Martin talked about the RCR Alliance, and I'm assuming is that a multi-year thing or an individual year-to-year thing? And plus, the team itself, you made some changes around Dover time with some crew members and things like that. What kinds of things are you doing to strengthen the team for next year, in addition to signing Martin?
Yeah, it's a continual process. Our RCR deal is we do them year to year, and that's been a strong program. Richard made a commitment to make sure that program ran as a complete open book type of relationship, and they've stood by that, and it's certainly something that we utilize. But as Martin said earlier, one of the big advantages that we have as a single car team with that type of an alliance is our ability to move quick. We're real agile, and in our focus out in Colorado, it's 100% about what we're doing in that shop with a staff of about 60 people, and that makes it real strong. So the RCR deal is real important. As far as personnel goes, we've had some struggles. It's not a secret on pit road, and we have been working hard to overcome that. Our pit crew didn't grow as fast as the performance of the car did last year, and we've been able to secure Martin's pit crew, actually bring them on board in full-time positions for 2014, and I think that's going to really help that part of our program.
Let's go to Stan, and we'll end with Lee.
Hi, way back in the back behind all the cameras. Stan Creekmore with RPM Tonight. Joe, the first part of the question is for you. It's like you've found a rainbow from a very bad situation in Richmond. How long did it take Furniture Row to look at that and say, that's saving us? Because it didn't appear at that time you had much set for next year. And then Martin, did they come after you or did you step into them?
You can go first.
Sometimes you have to have faith and have patience. And we were looking, at every driver that was available, and some that, you would bring up out of the other series that are ready to come up, and maybe even not quite ready yet. We were looking at all of those, and we were really trying to take our time. And it's a balance. We're also trying to compete in make the chase, compete in the chase, and you don't want to upset that. And it was really a struggle to keep ourselves patient and just pray for the right opportunity to come along, and then the right opportunity comes along, and probably an opportunity that you just couldn't even dream about happening. So that's kind of how it went. It was tough to be patient.
Yeah, I'm not even sure who. I think that obviously once it happened, that was my first thought was, how do we get a hold of these guys and see if we can do this? But I think that, along those lines, they thought the same thing as far as I remember back. But, honestly, it all happened really fast. I think that once we both knew, we could work together and put a deal together, it was like, okay, let's talk about this, see what it would look like, and see, if we feel like we could be successful together. I think that was the first thing we talked about. So it happened fast, but, again, it's one of those deals where, as Joe said, you really never seen it coming. It just all of a sudden happened. And I think, obviously, we're both thankful that it did, and looking forward to, taking the next steps and hopefully being successful together.
Final question, Lee.
Hey, Spencer, Fox Sports. So when did you actually sign the contract?
Last night.
And I know you've spent a couple of sessions with Cole Pern and
Yes.
and Todd Barrier to talk.
You know
about-
a lot.
Thank you.
Good job.
I mean, I get my news from Twitter anymore, so I'm just going to tell you, I follow, a lot of you guys in here, and if I ever want to know something, I just go on Twitter and it's there. So that's how I get my NASCAR news.
You all do a good job.
Thank you. But can you talk about just your initial responses? Have you been to Denver? Have you seen what they've built out there? I mean, the whole shebang. I mean, this is
Yeah.
a completely different departure than what you've used to with
Yeah.
DEI and the Garage Mahal, to Earnhardt Ganassi,
Yeah.
everything else. The nucleus that they have over there is, for a small organization, is pretty damn impressive. Can you just kind of talk about your initial impressions of Cole and Todd and Joe, and you
Yeah.
talked a little bit about Barney.
Sure, yeah. I mean, I have not. To answer your question, I've not been to Denver yet. Just haven't been able to get the logistics down, and it's been kind of a crazy time of the year, so I have not made it there yet. But I think the biggest thing in talking to Cole and to Todd and to Barney and to Joe and everybody, just their focus is on race cars. Barney says if it makes the car go faster, we get it. Those type of things are as a race car driver that you look for. As much as this sounds crazy, fan experiences and shop tours and all that kind of things, they don't make cars faster. And these guys are 100% focused on making race cars faster, whether it's Todd and Cole at the racetrack or at the shop building stuff, or Barney's commitment to the team. It's all about racing cars. And as a driver, it's refreshing. In this day and age, it's something you don't see a lot of. A lot of this sport is about, the fans and the experience and putting on a show. And, these guys are in Denver, and they build race cars, fast race cars, and I can't wait to drive them. So, really just talking to Todd and trying to get a game plan together and how we're going to approach all this, how we're going to get prepared, get to know each other. Those are the kind of things we need to make happen quickly. And so we have a good game plan going into the off season, and then getting ready for testing and things like that.
Well, Joe, Martin, congratulations on this news.
Thank
And
you.
we appreciate you coming in here and sharing it with us. And best of luck the remainder of this year, and certainly best of luck in 2014.
Thank you very much.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it, guys.
Thank you.
Next up, we'll have Matt Kenseth in about 5 minutes.